his name die? Why would his name die? Because he's only got these daughters and had no sons. This is the reason why. It's about where they're about to go. Read on.
Give unto us therefore a possession among the brethren of our father.
So they just said, give us a possession amongst the brethren of our father. Because what was going on is they were from a tribe here, and they were about to go in the land of Israel. And they're about to get the promised land. Everyone's getting the promised land, a portion in the promised land. But these women would get no inheritance for their father because the daughters don't inherit land, but man inherits land. So because they had no brothers, their dad would have never had a part of the land of Israel because the daughters wouldn't have got a land. So now they're saying, please give us, the daughters, a bit of inheritance in the land so we can have a bit of land in Israel, so that our father's name doesn't die to the point where he just died in the wilderness and he has nothing in Israel, no claim in the land. So read on.
And Moses brought their cause before the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, the daughters of Zelophehad speak right, that thou shalt surely give them a possession of an inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass on to them.
So it wasn't passing the lineage of their father onto them, it was just his inheritance. You get me? It has nothing to do with passing on lineage. It's about passing on your inheritance. So if you have some land, that because the daughters can't inherit the land, so now the way that the daughters don't let the land just disappear, and it has nothing to do with them. Read on.
And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass on to his daughter.
So if a man dies and has no son, his inheritance goes to his daughters. Not his lineage, the land that he has. His inheritance, everything that he owns goes to his daughter. You get me? The inheritance passes through, not the nationality. So now let's see how this doesn't apply in 1 Chronicles chapter 2. Even though in 1 Chronicles chapter 2 the inheritance passed through Ahalai, because she was the daughter. So when you've only got daughters, your inheritance goes through. So the inheritance that she received is whatever her dad owned was given to her. Didn't mean that just because she gets an inheritance, now she's going to give the the nationality to her children. No, what she would pass on is the inheritance. She passes on the what's the word now?
But you just sliced yourself then hard.
Nah, not at all, man.
So you're saying, just now you just said that she would just pass the inheritance, not passing her son being an Israelite now.
Yeah,
the inheritance.
Well, what does it say there? It says inheritance. Does it say lineage?
So does that mean the son wouldn't be an Israelite?
It says that the kid inherits the land. It's not saying the kid wouldn't be an Israelite.
I'm just asking you, because you said that the son of an Israelitish woman and the son of an Israelite, clear distinction. They're two different people.
You're saying that the scripture never said that.
It did say that.
Why did it say they're two different people?
Well, it called one the son of an Israelitish woman and another an Israelite.
Two different people.
But where did it say that he wasn't an Israelite?
They would have called him from another nation.
Why did they call him an Egyptian?
It didn't call him an Israelite.
It didn't call him an Egyptian.
But check this out. It said later on in the
It said his dad was an Egyptian.
Read the verse down from it as well.
Before you get that, let me finish this point real quick, yeah? So anyway, what we're showing anyway is when a man, only has daughters, his inheritance goes to his daughter. Okay. The land can go to the daughter. Okay. But the land can only go to the daughter, she only receives the inheritance to maintain in her own tribe, if she does this. So check this out, Can you just bring out Numbers chapter 36, and who's got Numbers 36?
Yeah, that's me.
Alright, bless him. Numbers chapter 36 and verse 5, right? Going down to verse 9. So what we're going to prove now is how this doesn't apply to Ahalai, because the law in its fullness is only applied in this way. So even though the inheritance will pass through the daughter, this is the way that it was supposed to be done in the scripture, So Numbers 36 verse 5, bro, and just read down to verse 9.
So Numbers 36 verse 5 says, and Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Lord, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph had said well, this is the thing which the Lord doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad.
So what we see in Numbers 27 is these girls were asking a question to Moses, and Moses went to the Lord to get the answer. And here's the answer.
Saying, let them marry to whom they think best. Only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry.
So it says, to fulfill this law, they've got to marry, but in accordance to this law, they can only marry what?
They can only marry their father, family of the tribe of their father.
Of the tribe of their father, so it couldn't be an Egyptian. Read on. So you can't apply that law because they married an Egyptian, not of their own tribe. Read on.
Verse 7 says, so shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe.
So that's the whole point. So the inheritance of the children of Israel don't move from tribe to tribe. So you have to marry, you know, your own people of your own tribe. You get me? To keep the inheritance amongst the same tribe. So with the situation with Ahalai, she married an Egyptian. So even though the inheritance goes to her as the only daughter, yeah, she is not following the biblical way of passing the inheritance to, you know, keep it in your own tribe. So she wasn't following that law. So yeah, it doesn't apply to her because this is saying if the daughter is to inherit, she has to marry of her own tribe. You get me? So that the man of her own tribe keeps the lineage alive through the Israelite man. You get me? Well, not the lineage alive, but keeps the inheritance alive.
So she's not following the biblical thing with that sense, but she's still an Israelite. And she's created Israelite children, even though she's not following the biblical sense.
Well, yeah. Well, the point I'm making, let me just make it clear, yeah.
Oh, you was clear.
No, Bob. Let me make it crystal, yeah. Just to summarize it. You're saying Ahalai's children were only Israelites because of the law of the inheritance, yeah, in Numbers 27 and 36. I'm showing you the law of the inheritance in Numbers 27 and 36 only applies to the woman if she marries an Israelite man of her own tribe. She married an Egyptian man, so you can't make an appeal to this law because she never followed that law. She just married an Egyptian. It has nothing to do with that law. But anyway, but the only thing that we draw from that law is that when a man has no sons, the inheritance passes to his daughter. So the inheritance passed to Ahalai, but she was supposed to marry an Israelite man so that the inheritance wouldn't move from Israel to an Egyptian. But right now, her Egyptian husband, Jara, now being the man, he gets inheritance. Now he's got part of the land as well because he's the husband.
It's not following the law.
So she was breaking the law. So because the law was to make sure that the inheritance stays in the Israelite tribes, she's just given the inheritance to an Egyptian man. Yes, she has, because she just married an Egyptian man.
You just literally just double spoke. You just said she's not following the law, so she can't pass inheritance on. But because she married this Egyptian man, now he's got the land. You just double spoke, literally double spoke on yourself.
Say that again, Nick.
No, you said it yourself.
No, just explain how double spoke. Yeah, go on.
So you said that because Ahalai married an Egyptian man, she's passed the inheritance of the land onto this Egyptian man.
Yeah.
She's not passed the inheritance of the land onto her children because she's married an Egyptian man.
No, I never said it didn't go to her children. I said it goes to the man because he's the husband, but obviously the kids inherit from their father anyway. The kids inherit from their parents. So the whole question here, brother, is what's being passed is land. It's not lineage. Because this isn't even genealogy, brother. Now let me just say something. In Numbers 27 and 36, genealogy was not mentioned not one time. The only thing that was mentioned was inheritance in the land. Genealogy is a list
What
of...
have we been talking about? I'm sure we started talking about being Israel for your mom.
No, I'm saying Numbers 27 and 36 is not about genealogy.
Yes, this whole
the topic is about genealogy, but what I'm trying to show you is you're misapplying these verses for genealogy.
I know.
Numbers 27 and Numbers 36 are talking about land. You're trying to use land verses and inheritance of land and apply that to genealogy. That said nothing about genealogy. It's talking about keeping land in Israel by marrying an Israelite tribe. So you don't apply that there,
bro. We've got a problem here.
Go on.
And the issue is, you've not really shown how... You've just spoken about Dina. The answer was not...
You don't like the Dina thing. You move on from that.
So it's a non-answer, really. So after that, you picked something that happened maybe 1,000 years later. To show that
God don't change.
No, I'm saying 1,000 years. No, but I know it doesn't change. We know that. But you showing that how you can be Israel through your mother and like almost
which you consented to.
No, I didn't consent to any. You didn't hear me consent to you can be Israel through your mother. I said because of the law, right? So now you don't accept that answer, so now you're switching. You're basically speaking for me. You're saying that I didn't consent to it. I said because of the law, that's why we see that's happening. So don't say that I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I'm not. I'm saying that you've picked something so many thousands of years later to show that how it fits your doctrine and what you're believing and what you're teaching these guys based on something 3 instances that's happened, and even one of them is it's got issues in it to do with Amasa, because when you read one verse it says he's an Egyptian,
Second Samuel says he's an Israelite.
Yeah, when you read 2 Samuel it says he's an Israelite, but you'll ignore that and you'll use the First Chronicles to show that he's an Ishmaelite, just because it fits with what you're speaking on. So
How can we deal with the Amasa one?
so we've got an issue.
Yeah.
We've got really an issue with what you're saying and what you're bringing out, and that's literally why when it comes to the Bible, you can't really agree with what you're saying.
I understand that, and you know what? I feel like I respect that he's dealt on that one there, and we disagree on that. Fair enough. I've heard your point. I heard your perspective. You've heard mine. Is it all right if we go to our next topic then, real quick? Can we just go to Gentile salvation then?
We'll do that next week.
Yeah,
All
We
right.
can do that next week.
All right. You want to go into our master, or do you guys want to get back to it?
You brought out your word and that, innit? We've come out to bring out the word. We're not really come out to have a debate with you.
Yeah.
Even though that's what Kabashi say.
Yeah, because you're in the same camp as Kabashi.
Yeah, but
Because he was telling me that you were all coming to debate today from London and all that.
So
yeah,
there's 2 of us. That's not a problem. We'll stand there and we'll debate the cause. But the issue is that we try to bring out the word. So if we stand there and debate with you for the next hour or so,
yeah,
we're not going to do that.
I will leave you to it, brothers.
You brought out the word. So maybe next week we'll come out at 11 o'clock. We take an hour your time and we have a debate on Gentile salvation if you want.
Esau being the white man.
Esau being the Arab or the white man. Whichever one you want. So
I say Gentile brothers want to go.
For now, like I would just like to bring out the word and
Alright.
best for you brothers and that.
Yeah, bless man. Yeah. Most High bless you. Appreciate his dialogue and respect it. Yeah, God bless man.
These are praises, bro.
Praise, yeah.